live on YouTube. Let's see here. Hey everyone, it's the Chaplain here coming to you with a little sad announcement. You'll understand why it's sad in a moment. I'm coming to you from the chapel, aka my basement, and I just wanted to let you know that this game against Lieutenant Dan is sadly over. Now, some of you will say, oh, come on, Rob, you know there was hope. And some of you will say, yeah, you should have quit earlier. But in all reality, the situation just is what it is. So I wanted to go through some of the points and talk through some of these things that have happened. So I've been looking at this board every day this week before I get, before I get out to drive in my bus and before I go to bed. I'm looking at it. So here I have laid out the points that I have, the points I could have, and the points that are off the table. I have 3 turns as the axis, and by axis I mean Germany and Japan because Italy is allied now. I have 3 turns to gain and keep 5 more points and to keep these 7 that I have in order to win this game. And while it is possible, within the realm of possibility, it is just not probable. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through. Here's what I have that there's no contest. He can't get Berlin. He can't take back London. He can't take back Tokyo. Now, some of you might be wondering how he can't take back London. Well, he has, this fleet here, and he has these transports here. Great. This is going to get sunk G6 if we play this through, okay? And I'll have plenty of time to build up more defenses. I still have plenty of transports up here. He's not going to get London. G6, that's getting sunk. Let's say US, UK, they move out here on turn 6, turn 7, they send an assault. It's still not going to fall. So those are the ones that I have that aren't going to be in jeopardy. Now, these other ones that I have are vulnerable. Okay, Paris is vulnerable. All right, looking at the map, Rome, all these infantry are turn 6, turn 7. And I can only build 6 units here. So he's got the numerical advantage to be able to reclaim Paris if he really wanted to, if I couldn't put up a fight, if I couldn't get, him distracted in a different way. So it's not out of the question that I could hold it, but it is vulnerable. I also have Warsaw that's vulnerable. Currently holding Warsaw is great, but with 3 Russian turns still to do, and his advanced artillery, that move 2 spaces, that can move with his tanks, that can, he has all these infantry. I mean, if he goes on the offensive, right? Look at what I have. I have tanks which don't defend at anything. So Warsaw is on the table. Let me back this up a little bit. Here we go. I also might have to sneeze very soon. A little less likely, but still also potentially vulnerable, is Shanghai. So over here, the British are going to prevent me from getting the China point. Great. I could send a tactical bomber out to take out this tank and prevent him from blitzing up to Shanghai. But he could still find a way, guaranteed, because it's Lieutenant Dan, he could still find a way to get somebody up there to take Shanghai. So it is vulnerable. That one's not likely to fall, but it is vulnerable. Then the last one that I currently have that is vulnerable is Manila. Manila is. All right. While the bulk of his navy sits up here, the strength of his navy rather, he does still have 4 transports, 2 here, 2 here. I mean, technically, there's 1 there and 1 there, but those will be gone. So he could, US 6, US 7. I'm sorry, US 7, Caroline Islands, US 8, Philippines. So he could, in theory, take Manila. So even though these are ones that I have, some of them are vulnerable, some of them are safe. Let's talk about the ones that are off the board completely. I guarantee you the China point is gone. With the British in India, even though he can't build anything, I just don't have the land units to stop him. So, toast, it's gone. Stalingrad, I am too far away. It is off the table, completely off the table. Moscow. I'm too far away. Completely off the table. New Rome. I don't have Italy. Not going to happen. Oil. 7 out of 10. Guarantee you this one's not going to happen because he has, technically, that's allied Romania with oil. That's 1. And he has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7. And I only have Sumatra and Borneo. I only have 2. So while I could get Romania, 3, possibly 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6 in the Pacific Islands, that's still that 7. So this one definitely off the board. The South Asia point, again, off the board because all it would take is UK 6, UK 7, done. Can't get that point. If he really wanted to press UK 8, it's just not going to happen. Ottawa's off the board. Duh. Calcutta is off the board. You know why? Because you're looking at it. San Francisco, I'm too far away. Off the board. Horn of Africa, off the board because the Germans and the Japanese can't get there. It's currently British controlled and the Italians are allied. So, resources. So he has the Caucasus resource. He has the Ukraine resource. He has the Siberia resource and the Manchuria resource. And I don't even remember where the 5th, oh yeah, Urals. So there's no way I'm getting those. So this one's off the board. Cairo's not going to fall. Even though he doesn't have a factory there, he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 units there. He could transport most of them away, and still, this would not fall. So that's off the board. And then the med point. There's just too much allied presence. So those are the ones that are off the board. All right? But these 10 are possible. And some of them are more possible than others, okay? But some of them are just not. So one that's extremely likely that I could get would be Rising Sun. I'm currently sitting at 51 IPCs. You know, if I take back the Money Islands, it's cake. All right, I got this point. So let's call that my 8th. I could get the oil. If I take the Money Islands back, those are oil. All right, so I would get that. That's 9. It's possible that if I made a push, I could take Rome, but I'm going to say this one is probably off the board with his ability to reinforce it. Off the board. Sydney is not off the table. It's very possible that I could get Sydney. It would be a last-ditch effort, so I'm going to say probably not. Very unlikely. Of course, I have to get Hong Kong back. I should be able to do that in 3 turns. The Third Reich point will be a little bit harder for me to get, but I think that I could do it. So I'm going to leave that in a middle area. Honolulu is never off the table, but probably highly unlikely for me. Leningrad is just too stacked. Even if I took it, he could retake it. So it's possible, but... And then Atlantic Wall is possible. Then I'm looking at the Third Reich point. You know, if I can regain all these territories that Italy stole from me over here. It's possible, but I'm going to leave it here in the middle area. And then Pacific Islands. I only need 2 more. I could go for Wake. I could go for Gilbert. I could go for whatever. But... If I hold all my points, right, these 5 that I had, or whatever it was, he's still going to win. So, Lieutenant Dan, I hereby officially surrender. Brother, you kicked my butt. It was a good game. I did my first ever Sea Lion, which was very, very exciting and exhilarating. I was able to do that on turn 4. But I just planned poorly. I let the Italians run around because I didn't really think about Rome. Didn't really plan on Rome ever falling. But, you know, European axis are my weakest side. I would rather play the Allies, and I'm not very good with Russia. I was doing well over here until he took out a big chunk of my navy, which, you know, I would reciprocate. You know, I've got 3 fully loaded carriers. I have jet fighters. I've still got battleships and cruisers and a destroyer and blah, blah, blah. But he took out like 6 destroyers up here. He's been landing U.S. troops up here and moving them down, marching them down. Guys, this game is over. The possibilities are there to win, But I would have to have everything go right for me and everything go wrong for him. So Dan, thank you for being a great opponent. Friends that have been watching, thank you for keeping up with our game and for looking at it and watching and helping out, pitching in with your comments. Hey, that was a really bonehead move, or hey, that was a pretty cool move. I've never seen that. I've never claimed to be good at this game, but alas, here we are. Lieutenant Dan kicked my butt. He is 2-0 against me now. He beat me as the Allies, and now he beat me as the Axis, and now he's beat me as the Allies. I've conceded twice. He's just too good for me right now. I need to get better. So, anyway, friends, that's it. Keep checking in on the channel. I've got some new content planned coming shortly. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.